The Hadley Institute for the Blind and Visually Impaired presents iFocus, tips on using the vision accessibility features in iOS. In today's installment, we'll look at searching and downloading from the App Store. Hello, my name is Douglas Walker. Today, we will be searching and downloading from our App Store. You know, probably one of the most exciting things about our iDevice is the ability to run such a large variety of apps that we can download from the App Store. You know, we can find apps related to just about anything from reading to music, and of course, even social media and social networking. You know, we really are able to find apps on virtually any subject. Now, today, we're going to learn to search for and download an app. However, before we can download an app, we're going to need to have an iTunes account, or if we don't yet have an iTunes account, we'll need to create a new one. Now, if we already have an iTunes account, more than likely, we entered it in when we first set up our device. However, if we haven't yet signed in, or if we don't yet have an account, well, we'll be prompted to sign in or create a new one when we attempt to download our first app. So, you know, we'll discuss all of this again a little later when we actually begin downloading our app. Okay, so first we'll go ahead and see how to perform a search. So let's go ahead and get started. So we'll just need to launch our App Store app to perform our search. And our App Store app just so happens to be right here on our desktop. So we'll go ahead and just flick to it, and we'll just right-click.
App Store. Double tap to open.
Great, so here's our App Store app. So we'll just single finger double tap to open it up here, and we'll just double tap anywhere on our screen.
App Store. Today, Tuesday, September 5th, heading.
Okay, our App Store app has opened, and we're currently in like a featured tab here. Now, if you don't yet have an app in mind, and you're kind of just wanting to browse through apps that Apple happens to be featuring at the moment, well, this might be a great place to begin. We're able to just right-flick through this screen or this page here to see different types of apps that Apple's recommending, or to find apps that are actually separated by categories here. However, today we're planning on performing a search for a specific app, so we'll need to move to our Search tab. Now, if you're not yet familiar with tabs, well, we have 5 tabs that are arranged across the bottom edge of our screen here. And opening any of our tabs is like opening up a whole new screen in which we're able to interact. It's, you know, really is like having 5 apps within one app. Again, these tabs are in a row across the bottom edge of our screen here from left to right. And our Search tab just happens to be our last tab here, and our Search tab is located down here in the bottom right-hand corner of our screen. So let's go ahead and just touch in the right-hand corner down, bottom right-hand corner down here to move to our Search tab. So we'll just touch our Search tab here.
Behind the Search tab, 5 of 5.
Great, and of course, here's our Search tab. And of course, this is exactly where we need to be to perform our search. So we'll just single finger double tap anywhere on our screen here. We'll just double tap. Okay, we heard our audio cue there that our Search tab has opened for us. And it has a very simple, clean interface here. All we have is a heading up here just below our time and our status bar at the top of our screen. And we're going to find our search field just below our search heading here. You know, Apple's already provide us with a list here of apps that are kind of trending here in the center of our screen. And our trending apps is actually a list of the searches that happen to be the most popular searches right at the moment. Of course, we still have our tabs down here along the bottom edge of our screen. So how about we go ahead and we just touch up here in our search field to perform our search. So we'll just search just below our heading here, and we'll just, touch. So we'll just touch up here.
App Store, search field.
There's our search field.
Double tap to edit.
Of course, we heard a voiceover hint there that tell us that we need to just double tap to enter our search field here. So we'll go ahead and we'll just double tap anywhere on our screen here, and we'll just double tap.
Search field is editing. App Store. Insertion point at start.
Okay, now we have been given a standard QWERTY keyboard, and it's appeared down here at the bottom edge of our screen. And we're ready to begin typing our keywords for our search. Of course, we could be performing a search for just about anything. I'm sure we've all heard the phrase that there's an app for that. Well, I tell you, it's just about the truth. There really is an app to help us to do just about anything. But today, we're going to be searching for an app called Seeing Assistant. I tell you, this is supposed to be a really handy app. This app contains a simple barcode scanner. It also is a color identifier, and it's also a light detector app. So it sounds like it really could be super handy for us. Now, in our edit field, we're just going to type the words Seeing Assistant. And so we'll just type those words, Seeing Assistant, here.
S E E E U I N N G G space seeing A S S S S U I E S S Seeing Assistant move R E R T T A B N N T T space assistant.
Great, and our keywords are now typed into our search field. So we'll go ahead and touch our search button down here in the bottom right corner of our on-screen keyboard here. So we'll just touch.
Search.
And here is, of course, our search button. So we'll just single finger double tap anywhere here.
Search. Seeing Assistant. Search field. Double tap to edit.
Okay, and this is great. Our search has been performed, and we've been placed right back in our search text field at the top of our screen. Okay, so how about let's go ahead and let's just right-click to find our first search result here. So we'll just right-click.
Clear text button.
Great, and here's our clear text button just to the right of our search field here. And we could just single finger double tap to clear our search edit field and perform another search if we like. But we don't want to do that. So we're going to search, and hopefully we'll find our first item here in our list. So we'll right click again.
Seeing Assistant Home Utilities 0 ratings button.
Okay, so this is great. We've been placed right on our first search result here. And this just so happens to be the app that we're looking for. Now, we were given just a little bit of information about this app. We're first told the title of our app here. We are told then the name of the app creator, and we're told the rating in which the app has received from app reviewers. And this app doesn't have a review yet because it only has just a few ratings. So it hasn't been given enough ratings to earn it any stars yet. However, we're going to take a chance on it today because I've heard that it's a really great app for us. Now, we could single finger double tap on this to get even more descriptors about this app, and we'd even be able to read through any of the app reviews that are currently present there. However, this is something that we're not going to explore in today's video. For now, we're just going to continue to right flick. So let's go ahead and just right flick here.
$1.99 button.
All right, and here we find the price of our app. Now, this one's not that bad. It's going to cost us $1.99, which hopefully isn't going to break my budget. So hopefully, we can just give this one a try. So now, if this was an app that we'd already purchased, we're going to see one of two things here. If the app is purchased and is currently on our iDevice, we would actually see an open button here instead of our price. And if we were to single finger double tap on our open button, well, of course, our app would simply be activated and would open from here. Now, if we had previously downloaded this app and we had for some reason deleted it from our iDevice, well, we're going to see a download button here instead of seeing the price or our word open. And of course, activating our download button again would simply just download our app again right to our device. So it's kind of a relief to know that if we ever delete an app that we've previously purchased and we decide that we want it back on our device again, well, we always have the ability to just download it without having to purchase it again. And, so that's pretty great for us. Okay, so here we are, still on our $1.99 button here, and we know that we want to buy this app. Well, all we need to do is just single finger double tap to begin our purchasing process here. So we'll go ahead and we'll just single finger double tap.
Loading. Alert.
Okay, our Touch ID confirmation screen has opened for us here. And of course, we would just touch our home button down here to confirm our purchase by using our fingerprint, which I'll tell you is super cool for us. However, this is the area that we were discussing earlier at the very beginning of our video. Remember, if we haven't yet entered our Apple ID upon the initial setup of our device, or if we don't yet have an Apple ID, well, we would be prompted here to sign in or to create a new Apple ID and password. All right, but since we already have an Apple ID logged in on our device here, well, we'll just need to confirm our purchase here by simply placing our finger on our home button here. So we'll just touch our home button here.
Done. App Store. Seeing Assistant. Search field. Double tap to edit.
All right, and we heard our chime and our done there. So our purchase is done. And we've been placed right back in our search results in our App Store app again. And of course, our new app is downloading to our device's desktop, which is, this is really great. Okay, so how about let's go find it? We'll go ahead and we'll just tap our home button here to get back to our desktop here. So we'll just tap our home button.
Feedback.
Okay, now our new Seeing Assistant app should be at the end of our already downloaded apps here on our desktop. So we'll just right click a few times until we find it here. So we'll just right click here.
Files.
And we'll right click.
Stream TV.
And right click again.
Light detector.
And probably one more time
Double
here.
tap to open. Seeing Assistant Home. Double tap to open.
Okay, and of course, here it is. And this is great because now we have a brand new app to play around with. I can't wait, right? All right, so I'll tell you, that's just how easy it is to search for and to download a new app from our App Store. Again, my name is Douglas Walker. Take care, and I'll see you next time.
For more from the iFocus series, including many other topics of interest to individuals with vision loss, visit the Videos at Hadley page on the Hadley Institute for the Blind and Visually Impaired website at www.hadley.edu.